Presidential campaigns ahead of the 2023 general elections has now become a serious competition. Frontline presidential candidates now checkmate each other to know the next line of action to take so they remain relevant before the electorate. This will form a major part of our discussion today. My name is ADS. Before we get to this discussion, today is my birthday. Please make out time to wish me happy birthday in the comment section. I'll be waiting. Let's kick off this discussion with this video. Watch.
Look at COVID-19, not for sale.
So can somebody's old?
Not for sale. Not for sale. Imagine. Just video.
Refuse to give support to the protesters must go down.
That was COVID-19 relief materials being taken away by hungry Nigerians from a warehouse in 2020. These items were donated and shared to all the 36 states of the Federation, including the FCT, so it can get to the poor Nigerians as relief materials to help cool off the effects of COVID-19 pandemic. But they were locked up by greedy politicians for their own selfish interests. Many of them kept the materials to rebrand and use as campaign materials during elections, not minding the materials donated have expiring dates too. Nigerians were hungry and relief materials were locked up in warehouses across the country. Now, with the introduction of a major third force in our upcoming presidential election, a lot has changed. The campaign is now gradually shifting towards discussing the issues and relating with the suffering of the people, and not just sharing bread and 2 cups of rice to vulnerable Nigerians to buy votes. Last week, one of the major presidential candidates did something that has never been done in our electioneering process. Watch this video.
As you can see today, flood is ravaging the entire country, and people are dying. People are being displaced. I personally stopped and told my people, no more campaign until we are able to visit some of the sites. At least sympathize with those who are going through problems. And I came to take his permission to ask him that I want to visit some of the sites in Benue, as I'm going to do in 1 or 2 other states. I'm also calling other presidential candidates to stop. Let's see what we can do. If we can buy our funds for millions of naira, we should have some little things to go now that people are suffering.
Mr. Peter Obi, the Labour Party presidential candidate, called off his campaign and urged the other candidates to do same and join him in sympathizing with the communities being ravaged by flood in Nigeria. It has never been heard that a presidential candidate called off his campaign for a reason like this. Many might say it's a campaign strategy, but we've never seen a strategy like this before. I saw a very interesting video about this flood that has now taken some people's lives, properties worth millions of naira lost, and displaced many. Please watch this video.
Stories I've been seeing on social media, I just laugh because they are misleading. Down releases the flood, its contribution to flood in this country is only 1%. Sometimes they release water without notice, and when they do that, it has impact on communities downstream. But it is not the main reason why we have flood in this country. 80% of the flows in this country is water that we are blessed with from the sky. This year's flood, I can assure you, we cannot blame it on Cameroon.
That is the Minister of Water Resources, Suleiman Adamu, defending the cause of the flood as against what is trending on social media. You heard him clearly saying that the flood is as a result of the blessings of rainfall from God. He is so concerned about defending the belief on social media instead of preferring a way forward to mitigate against this ugly situation. The last time I checked, the blessings of God makes one rich and has no sorrow. The government should be responsive to issues that pose a threat to human lives and properties. That should be the priority. Mr. Peter Obi, upon halting his campaign schedules, immediately embarked on visiting the camps inhabiting the internally displaced persons affected by the flood to show empathy and made some donations too for relief materials. Take a look at this video.
In this condition, they are still participating. You know what that means. Share with them. The IDP is sharing with them.
What did you think this was?
Presently is exchanging with
This was
very
Because if you read the history of what is causing this flood, you know that it is something that the federal government of Nigeria should have been solved by now. Yes. Because this is not sudden, it's not something that is not foreseen or anything. I would say it's something that we have full knowledge that is going to happen, and something would have been done to mitigate this damage.
After this move by Peter Obi, other candidates jumped on this challenge to lend their voice and resources to this issue of flooding, but never announced suspending their campaigns. Here is the People's Democratic Party, PDP, response to the flood. Watch.
There's no doubt that it is massive. The flood is massive. We may not be able to assess fully now the extent of destruction, but obviously it's massive. This is the 7th camp that we have visited since yesterday, 3 yesterday and 4 today. And we have 4 other established camps. And beyond that, there are so many community camps that are being managed in the various communities. So it's a very, very extensive flood and a lot of displacement of people.
At least from the preliminary information I have, there is a need for regular deseating of the Niger River and the Benue River. It's very important. There's also the need to build our own holding dam here where water can be reused, and that's not going to be a state government function. It's a function of the federal government because of the type of dam that has to be built across a river that is classified as a river of navigation.
That was Ifeanyi Okowa, the governor of Delta State and the running mate to the PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar, recommending a solution to flooding. He said the only solution remains building dams to hold water, which is not the responsibility of the state government because of the money involved. What do you think the All Progressive Congress, APC, did to show concern as regards the same issue of flooding? Watch.
Ladies and gentlemen, I forgot an important line that I've even briefed the governor before I left. The similarity of Kano and Lagos is really a new brotherhood. And I've seen the flood devastation which you have gone through. We have to raise each other's arm, help each other survive, and be a good Samaritan to one another. For the victim of the flood that devastated Kano, I am giving you 100 million to solve that problem. Part of the solution. And the money is with him. I brought it and I deposited with him.
That was the presidential candidate of the APC, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He donated 100 million naira to the people of Kano State in the name of flooding to assist those affected. The money given to the state government to reach out to the victims. We do hope that it will not be another case of hidden palliatives. To end this discussion, in case you have sworn never to have anything to do with Nigerian politics, which also involves voting on election day, a lawyer and political activist, Dele Farotimi, have this important message for you. Please watch.
2019, 27-point-something million voted out of a voting population of, I believe, 81 million. That meant that only a third voted in that election. When such low numbers participate in the process, it becomes easy to manipulate. It also becomes easy to buy votes. It also becomes easy. I'm told that in this particular neighborhood in 2019, people were prevented from voting. That was because people were not particularly engaged. If sufficient numbers of you were engaged in the process, they will be too scared to come. How many talks do they have? We are more than them. But we can only discover our numbers when we stand, thank you, when we stand our watch. I will stand my watch. If you think you are too big for politics, MC Oluomo will be your next governor. Mushroom picking will govern your state if you continue to exclude yourselves. So I beg you, those of you who have an estranged relationship with your PVC, go and make up with your PVC. Stop the quarrel. Speak to those in your circle. Let them understand the importance of 2023. It doesn't mean that every Nigerian problem will be cured, but at least we can begin the journey to sanity.
Bad people rule over good people because the good people have refused to vote during elections. MC Oluomo becoming the governor of Lagos State was a good example to drive home his point. Get involved this time. Make sure you vote, and you know your vote will count. I'll see you again.
Please subscribe to this news channel. Let me be your news blog, and I'll keep you updated.